Hello Flosstube family and welcome. My name is Sabrina and my channel name is Lady Marmalade in Stitches. Today is Wednesday the 15th of November and I do come to you a little bit early with the WIP Parade, and I was going to do a plans video but I thought I had to show you everything anyway in my plans, so why don't I just combine it and do a WIP Parade with the plans. So as I show you each of my project, I will tell you what I plan to do basically in 2024. So it's a 2023 WIP Parade with 2024 plans. And for those who are new, I live in Australia, so I've lived here all my life. And also I'd like to welcome my returning subscribers and all of my new subscribers. I am very thankful, absolutely wonderful. And if you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That just lets me know that I'm on the right track. I won't be doing a life update, it's just going to be a WIP Parade with plans and that's all. So what I decided to do is I've separated my projects into 4 categories. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. Now I can change my mind, so I just want to let you know I may change my mind throughout the year next year, but this kind of gives me an idea of what I would like to do. And that way I can, you know, I will have certain focuses, and I will also have, I've got a couple of pieces that I won't be touching in 2024. I've just kind of lost my love for those. So I'm going to put them aside, but I'm going to show you all of those. So the 4 categories that I've created. So I've got 4 piles here, just in front of the camera. One pile's quite high and one's just about to have another lunch. So I need to be careful. So I have 4 piles. I have the first one is dormant in 2024. So that will be the WIPs that I will not work on. I'm going to put them inside. I'm not going to pull them apart, I'm just going to put them aside and then think about them in 2025. The next one is new start in 2024. So these are all my planned new starts. I may start more. I don't know when I'll start them exactly, but I do want to start them in 2024. So that'll go on my new start pile. The next one is finish. These are all the planned WIPs that I would like to finish in 2024. I think maybe one I may finish just before 2024, but they will be all finished in 2024. And the last pile, which is probably the largest pile, is a stitch when I want pile. So the only plans that I have for my stitch when I want pile is I've kind of given myself a plan of how much I want to stitch, not in stitch count, but maybe in pages. If it's a kit, it'll be a section of the kit. So that's kind of what I would like to do. So 4 categories, try to keep it really simple. I'm going to go through one category at a time. I'll show you the cross stitch. I'll even show you the bags. Some I don't know. I know they're from Etsy, but I don't know. I can't remember the bag maker because there's no tag on them, but I'll show you if you'd like to know. And also some information about the kit. So what I might do is I might start with my smallest pile. So the smallest pile is going to be dormant. So these, I'm just going to lean over here because I'm going to pop them in a container and kind of start clearing the table. So these WIPs, you know, I've kind of it doesn't draw me in. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to leave it for a year and see how I feel about it in 2025. So that's what I'm going to do. The first one is the MEREJKA kit. And I think the problem with this is because it's a paper pattern. It's a paper pattern and I can't import it into, you know, God, what do you call it? Those programs, you know, it's just lost me. And where it's confetti, like where all the flowers are, it's a little bit tricky, but it's still okay. So this is the first one that's going to go dormant, and I'm going to show you where I'm up to. So that's where I'm up to. Let me see if I can just fold it so we can just have a bit of the backing. So I've done about maybe, no, not quite a quarter, but that's where I'm up to. I mean, it's a beautiful design and nothing about the design. I don't, I've just hasn't drawn me to it. So that's the first one. So it's an 18 count fabric that comes with the kit, and all of the threads is also what comes with the kit. So I'm going to put it aside for 2024 and rethink about it in 2025. Now the next one that is also going dormant is my LINDY kit, which is this one here. It's a beautiful kit, but I think I just need to put it away because I had some problems with the fabric. If you, for those who've been with me, you may remember that I ended up changing the fabric. I'm actually happy with the fabric. If it happens to call to me throughout the year, I might stitch it. I don't know, but for now, I'm putting it in the dormant pile. So it's a 20, I've chosen it's a 16 count linen, and I actually originally started this in the middle of 2022, so around July. So I ended up changing the fabric because the original called for fabric was just horrible. I'm happy with this fabric. I haven't really touched it since I've changed the fabric. That's all I've done. And I will hold on to it. I'll take it off its Q-snap so I can use the Q-snap for something else. And yep, just put it aside and think about it throughout the year. And hopefully by 2025, I might decide to do a bit more stitching. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do, these I plan to finish in 2024. Yes, I'm holding myself to that. I'm the type of stitcher that usually everything that I start, I like to finish. Yes, I do enjoy the process, but I really am always focused on a finish. For me, that's important. And so these are the ones that I've started. I'll go through them, and these will be finished at some point in time in 2024. I have one focus, which will be the first. Hopefully it'll be a finish in January. I'm hoping. Depends how much stitching I get. So finish in 2024. Now this one may be finished before or just on January. We'll see how I go. So it's the Satsuma Street Winter Woods sale. It is 4 parts. I've now completed part 1 and part 2. Part 3 is due to come out, I think Friday or Saturday coming, so that'll be part 3. And the reason I think I may not finish it in time is that I may kind of slow down in part 4, just take my time. But I might finish it before, don't know, but we'll just make it a finish in 2024. So I've chosen a 14 count WIP, and I'm trying to think what it's called, Nordic Blue. So it's a Nordic Blue, which is what was recommended. So I decided to go with the recommendation. So there are the two sections that are finished, absolutely lovely. I'll bring it up close. Absolutely wonderful. I'm just loving the colours. I'm just loving it completely. I've spaced them apart a little bit more than what is recommended because I'm going to separate them, and I'm going to put them, I have a folder which I put all my smalls, so it's going to go in this display folder. So that's why I wanted to leave a bit of room for it. Absolutely lovely. I've used all the cord 4 threads in either CXC or DMC, just depending what I had, and absolutely lovely. So it's something that you like, head over to Satsuma Street. Maybe you'd like to join us. So that's the first one, and it's in this bag by Simply Narelle. So you can, if you go on Etsy, Narelle's got heaps of bags, and she's used just a nice, there's a bit of thread, she's used just a nice green lining. So this is from Simply Narelle. I'll leave a link down below for her if you want to check out her bags. Now, this one here I've been working on over, I think, about 1.5 years, I'd say. I love it. It's super big, bigger than what I thought, but that's okay. I'm still going with it. It's the Lord's Prayer. So this is by My Big Toe. I'm using an 18 count Ada called All the Things by Mystic Fabrics. I started this in June of 2022. It was a birthday present. Mind you, my birthday is the 4th of July, but I got it a little bit earlier. So I started it in June of 2022, and I'm using all the called for threads, which is a needlepoint silk plus 1 extra, just to give it a little bit of pop, because we like things to pop. Well, I sure do. Now I am working on the second last page. I hope you can see this. Let me just roll it up a bit. So I'm working on the second last page. So I'm working myself right up to the top, and those who know the prayers would probably know that. So I'm halfway through that page at the top, and then I will work my way over to the other page and work down to complete it. I'm hoping to have this one page finished this month. I've been working on it like a crazy woman every day. I have to finish this. This has to be done. And it's beautiful. So as you can see, that green that I just popped in the green, and I just also added a bit of green in between, just to connect the piece to the border. That's a beautiful piece. And I have to say, I'm really happy. The fabric is just beautiful. Love the fabric. So soft. I like my fabrics to be soft. And I am using, excuse me while I pick this up, it's just one of my new starts that have fallen over. Alright, so I'm using the needlepoint silk, as you can see, and the green, as you can see, and I've just thrown in a bit of green. So needlepoint silk in that burgundy and a dark blue, and a bit of green, the endive. And you can make it any colour you want, but I'm the type of person, I have to say, I don't normally change the colours. Although I'm creative, I regard myself as creative. I don't change the colours too much, because if I see a pattern that I'm drawn to, that's because I want it exactly the way it is. I may change the fabric, I may change a couple of threads if they're clashing with the fabric, but I'll try to
choose a fabric that works for all the threads. So that's kind of how I work. I don't, yeah, if I see a pattern, it's like, I need to do it exactly the same. That is what I want. So that's kind of my thought process. And it's in this lovely bag, which I purchased on Etsy, and she's a lady in Australia, and I've purchased a couple of bags from her, and I'm sorry, but I can't remember, but I'll add the link to Narelle, and I'll add the link to, oh, is it Sue? I think it is, but I'll add a link to that. She makes some beautiful bags. I've bought a couple of her bags already. My next start, now you may remember I asked for a vote between this one and another kit, which was also had the scene of the house, sorry, itchy nose. And it was actually 50-50 even. I also asked Laura from I Stitch Birds. I said, Laura, can you choose one? It's 50-50. People like it 50% this, 50% that. She did. She chose this. I thought, great. And then another person voted on the other one. So I was 50-50 again. It was hilarious. So I said to my partner, looks like you're the one who's going to choose now. It's 50-50 again. And he said, definitely this one. So this is the one I'm going to go with. I'm going to start this in 2024. It comes with 16 count Ada and DMC cotton, and that's just a white Ada, and that's all your pre-sorted threads, and there are a few more lovely patterns that you can choose from. So these type of houses you will find towards the centre of Melbourne, sort of closer to the CBD of Melbourne. Beautiful houses. Some of them, actually most of them have been renovated, and they just look absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So that'll be a start in 2020, sorry, a finish in 2024. It's going to be a start and a finish is what I want to say. The next one that I plan to finish is, yeah, I'm going to really try to finish this one here. I'm halfway through, so I figured I can do the other half in 1 year. So this is a CAROLYN Manning Sunset. It's stitched on 18 count Ada called Blood Orange, and it's from the Stitching Spot. She's located here in Bacchus Marsh. And I started this in September of 2022. So I've been working on this just over a year. So if I've finished half in just over a year, I reckon I can do the other half as well. So just to give you an idea, so I've stitched all of this. I'm doing the centre, so it's 3 pages. So I'm doing the second page and I'm working down the centre. I've almost finished all that centre piece. I'm probably around here. It's a lovely stitch. I love stitching on this. When when you're kind of thinking, oh, I feel a bit ordinary, I can't count. So that's it there. I love the colours, are just beautiful. And you see that centre piece? So I'm heading down towards the end. I'll keep working on this. I mean, if I can finish that rest of that column this year, I might even do it. That'd be good. It'll just leave me one, the side here to finish. The colours are just beautiful. Absolutely love that. So looking forward to finishing that one actually. So don't know when I'll finish it. I'm thinking it will probably take me most of the year to finish this one. So probably towards the end of 2024. And I just house this in my own handmade project bag. Just very simple. This is usually fabric that I have left over. Now the next one is the CHATELAINE beaded butterfly tile. I figured it's a small piece. It shouldn't take too long. I could be wrong. It may surprise me, but
I'm just going to see how I go. So, you know, I'm not bound by these plans, not bound by it, but I figured if it's small enough and I put some time in it, I can probably finish this off. Now, so Chatelaine small beaded butterfly tile. I started this in October of 2023 and I didn't center the piece properly. So I've actually unpicked everything that I did and I actually haven't started it again. So I still have to restart it on the same piece of fabric in the center. It's on a 28 count natural linen and I've got all the threads and beads that are called for. I did purchase everything. Sorry, I've just got a couple of the larger ones here. So no point showing you just a piece of fabric, it's just a natural 28 count. I didn't restart it, but I'm going to show you what I'll be using in regards to threads and beads because they are just absolutely lovely. So we have DMC, as you can see, they are really nice colours, and I have, that's a Karen Water Lily Collection Kelp. And this one here is called Jewel Turquoise. So they're the two, the silk threads, aren't they? Pretty sure they are, hand dyed. Yep. And the rest is just DMC. So that'll be part of it. As well as that, I received the Petite Treasure braids, and you can probably, actually I might just take them out. So I think two of them are the same. So these two, so I've got a string hanging down because that's what I was using. Let's get this right, Sabrina. Now, okay, let's show the viewers what you've got. You can do it. There we go. So I'll be using these. These are really good to stitch with actually. I don't mind at all, not a problem. I'm quite happy. I've never stitched with these, so that's really exciting. So that'll form part of it as well. And I might be able to see if I just take it out of the bag. It's double bagged. So they're the beads. Wow, aren't they beautiful? Can you see the colours, the different blues? And up here, these are the greens, and you've got that white one. Wow, I get excited when I'm stitching with all of these beautiful things. So I would like to start and restart and finish it because I just had to recenter it. So that's the plan. Another one that I would like to finish, I should because it's not a big one, and it's Lindy Stitch's Shining Fish. I am probably nearly halfway through and I love this. It's a beautiful sentiment. So it reads, I have daughters and I have sons. When one of them lay a hand on my shoulder, shining fish turned suddenly in the deep sea. I have just slightly changed it. I decided, all I did was, because it's in plural, I just did I have a daughter and I have a son. That's all I changed. And I am stitching this on 18 count Ada called Mystic by Picture This Plus. I started this in January of 2023 and I'm using all the called for threads. So this is where I'm up to at the moment. As you can see, I'm working across there. I've got to finish the wording. I need to finish the fish. I made a big boo-boo here, but I've just left it. I'm just going to copy it on the other side. It doesn't matter which way the fish are going. They're still beautiful. This is just beautiful, and I'll show you what I'm using for it as well. So that will be a finish. This will be framed and it'll go in my bedroom next to me because I love my children. They are my world. Doesn't matter how old they are, they're always your children. So I'm using Dinky Dyes. We have Blue Spruce. I've just popped them on these cards just to make it easier. This is probably meant to say Antique Mauve, but I can't spell. Antique Mauve. We have Toffee, Gum Leaves. A beautiful one. I just love these. Rose Bay and Cat's Cat. So they're the Dinky Dyes that I'm using. Beautiful soft threads. And I've got the Treasure Braid, and let me just sort them properly for you. Sorry, one of them's just got threads which I'm just going to have to rewind onto the card. I think that's all of them, yeah. And they're the 3 colours that I'm using. So that's kind of like a multicolour. You got your gold and a nice blue. So that'll be a finish in 2024. So my plan with this one here, the Lindy Stitches, is after I have completed the Lord's Prayer, this will be my next focus piece. I will focus on this until I get a finish. So I'm hoping in the early part of the year I will finish this piece. I've got a thread caught in the zipper. Oh, that's all right. I'll have to deal with it later. I'm going to have to try and pull it out gently. I bought this bag on Etsy as well. Once again, I can't remember who I bought it from because there's no tags. I just go looking for bags, and if I like it, I buy it. But it's beautiful on the Australian Etsy site. My next planned finish is going to be my beautiful MEREJKA Christmas carols that I just love, love, love. I would like to make this a focus finish after Lindy Stitch's Shining Fish. So this will be my 3rd focus finish piece. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely love it. Now, this is stitch which I think is like a 16 count Ada. Sorry, I've got this is caught, the thread's caught, even though I did edge this, but it's still getting caught. So 16 count kit Ada with the kit threads. And that's how far I've gone. So I'm working down, finishing off her skirt, and her feet and her shoes just come out here. Then she's completed. It shouldn't take too long. So I just have to finish the stitching, finish the back stitching, and then I'm going to start on this boy. So I'll need to finish all of the white thing there, and then I'll start stitching on this boy. So I would like to finish this next year, and I think it's a doable thing, definitely doable. It's a beautiful stitch, I love it, absolutely love it. This is the last planned finish. Now I may have other finishes, because what I tend to do is I may throw in a small, and I usually do throw in a small just to have a break and actually have a finish. I like to do little cushions and little Biscornus and things like that. So that's what I usually tend to do. So the next one I plan to finish, now I'd like to finish this for next year Christmas. It won't be finished for this year because there's just too much stitching. It's bigger than what I thought, but it's just beautiful. I'm loving this, absolutely loving it. So let me just pop this away. Oh, by the way, that's the bag that I hold the Christmas carols MEREJKA. It's just another one that I made. So CUORE, this is CUORE. Let's do this again. CUORE e BATTICUORE Pattini d'Argento, which means silver skates. Really, I can speak Italian. Started on the 12th of the 9th, 2023. It's on 18 count Zweigard Ada, which has got the kind of white spots on it, and using all the cord for DMC or CXC. Oh, and I do have another finish under here. It was hiding because it was little. So that's how much I've done. I'm working on the tree and working my way down, and then there's a bit of snow, and then I'll actually reach the lady. So I've finished everything up the top there. The only thing I'm leaving till the end, and I don't know if you can see it in here, you see this kind of string because I'm going to couch that. So I'm finishing that, going to do all the snow, and then I'm going to work on her. So that's the plan, and then just continue working to the end. Let me see, I might just pop this up here. Okay, I hope that's better. Isn't that lovely? I love that. Enjoy stitching that. A lot more stitching than what I thought, but you know what? That's how it goes. That's how it is. And it doesn't matter because I still love it. I still really, really love it. My last planned finish. I may even finish it before 2024. We'll see. I'm not going to rush. We'll see how it goes. It's from Etsy. So it's an Etsy designer. ATELIER pins and needles called Delicate Daffodil Biscornu. So that's what I've been working on. I have finished the top. So all I have to do is underneath, which is actually really simple. It's just a whole lot of lines. That's all it is, diagonal lines. You can probably just see. You see all the diagonal lines there. So it's actually it's going to be quite easy to do the bottom, which is why I'm thinking I may be able to finish it, but I don't want to put pressure on myself. I'm just going to go. I'm just glad I finished all of that. That looks so good. I know the green gets a bit lost on this green, and I could have chosen a darker green for the border and that. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just make silly mistakes or you just don't think. But otherwise, I'm happy with it. It's beautiful. That'll be a finish. Maybe before, we'll see how we go. Okay. Let me just flick over. This is my biggest pile. This is huge. And let me just step back a bit because I didn't give you this information. I've got everything written down here, so I'm just going through it. So I have a total of 16 WIPs. I have 5 new starts planned, but I have about 7 finishes planned. So it'll still kind of keep me there, and I still have room. I have another planned start, which is from Mojo Stitches, but that'll be in my next floss tube. I'll talk about that at the end. So that's where I am at the moment. It's enough for me. I really would want to increase my WIP count because, like I said, I'm itchy. I like to finish, and if I find that I've got too many and I can't finish, I'll start stressing. I will. It'll stress me out. And I don't want to be stressed because I need to love this. I need to enjoy it. And if I have too many, then it'll be too much. So I need to keep it kind of even without going crazy. So stitch when I want. So I'm going to stitch whenever I want. I haven't planned how or when I'm going to do all this, but I do have plans for these. Now the first one is Mirabilia. Fairy Flora. I haven't touched her for a while, so I am going to definitely give her lots of love in 2024. So I've used a 16 count Ada called Barnwood by Picture This Plus. I started her in November of 2022. It's been a year and I should be much further than what I am. So I'm a bit disappointed about myself, but that will change. Now I've got her on this big scroll rod. However, I haven't cut the fabric. I just don't want to. I know it's really probably much wider than what it should be. Now it's this way here. And then I'll talk about where I would like to be. I can't see, and I hope you can see. So I'm beading as I'm going. So that's what I've done so far. So I will pick this up. So I'm just going to lean this down here. So I started her halfway, which is just where her bodice is. I'm going to keep going up, 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 and I really would like to get all the top half done. I would. That's a plan. I don't know how much stitching that involves, but let's give it a try. Let's be ambitious about this one. It's all I can do is just be a bit ambitious, and hopefully I can get it done. It's really, really beautiful. So, I was trying to see. So this is handmade by Sharon. I bought a bag off her because she's got these lovely big bags and it just fits perfectly for the big stitches. I'm using all the called for DMC. These are all DMCs. I don't use CXC like on Mirabilias. And I also have a container where I keep all my beads and I just number them. They don't all belong to Fairy Flora, but as I need to use them, they'll pop into there. I've got one vacant one, and I have, actually let me just take this out. It is a WIP Parade, so let's do it properly. I still need to use that bead because it's not in that container, and I haven't used these beads either. I haven't used the Cryonic, which that's the number there. Oh, there we go. And this is a blending, like a blending. Oh no, this is just, that's just for beading. That's all it is. So let's see how I go. Fingers crossed. I just need to sit down and just work on her. I know I have a lot of plain finishes, but you know, if you don't plan, then you won't do it. You kind of sit around and think, what am I going to do? So it's all written down. I'm going to work on it, and I'm really going to try. Now the next one is by GECKO ROUGE. Bought the whole kit. It's called Poppy Witch. She's absolutely beautiful. My partner bought this for my birthday as well. It's stitched on all of the kit threads. Let me just pull them out and show you quite a lot. So lovely warm colours. I love these colours. I really do. Lovely warm colours. Now, the problem I had with this is I started it on 18 count Ada. I got it quite a bit done, but the gridding, I don't think the gridding was straight, and it was confusing me. It was really confusing me, which is ridiculous, and I thought, oh, this just isn't working. So I changed it to a 25 count. This gridding is actually quite good. That is all that I have done. Now, the reason I've only done that is because I was focused on the Lord's Prayer. My partner did buy this for me, but I wanted to finish the Lord's Prayer, which is a really big stitch, and kind of like when I finish that, then I will do this. Now, the plan that I have for this one, now what have I got written down? Poppy, complete 1 to 2 pages. So that's what I've written down. It would be good to do 2, but if I can do 1, I'll be happy with that. If I can do more, then that's good. But I will definitely finish 1 page. That's a beautiful stitch. Now the next one is Joan Elliott, Mother Moon. Now Joan Elliott, I started this in October of 2023. I'm using all the cord 4 threads, and it's stitched on a 16 count Lavender Ada by CATELAINE Designs. So head over to CATELAINE Designs. Lisa has an Etsy store and she has some wonderful fabrics. So Mother Moon, that is all I've done. I haven't done more from then because I've been focusing on a cell actually. The Satsuma cell is taking up a lot more time than I thought, a lot more, but I thought it's only another month, let's just finish it off, because if I don't finish a cell while it's going, I will lose momentum. So it's taking up a lot more time than I thought. I didn't realise, so I've neglected some of my WIPs. 2024 will be different. I won't be doing any sales in 2024. I'm just going to focus on my WIPs. So my plan, I'm working on the eye here. I would actually like to finish all of the top. So that's the plan. We'll see how I go. And I'm using all of DMC. So I will only use DMC for Mirabilia and Joan Elliott. I won't use CXC. And we have some beads, of course, as you do with Joan Elliott, antique glass beads. So we have those, and we have 2 Chronics. One's rolling away. So there are your 2 Chronics. Let's wind this up. And that's the number. So Joan Elliott, Mother Moon, it's really nice. I just love the way it looks. It just drew me in completely as soon as I saw it. I have a couple of more Joan Elliott's. I actually have a pattern that my son purchased for me last Christmas. It's the Time Traveller. That would be nice to start. Don't know when. I want to finish this one first. I won't start any others. All right, the next one is Mermaid's Folly by the Courtney collection. I'm doing this one here, which is just the mermaid with, what is it? The dragon. Mermaid and dragon. I really enjoyed this. I would like to finish another page. That's my plan. Now I'm stitching this on 18 count Ada Old Gold by the Stitching Spot, and I started this in July of 2023, and that's where I'm up to right now. I've started on the 2nd page and I would like to finish that 2nd page. That's the plan. I am using a Weeks Dye Works cord Coal. Just so you can see that nice slight variegation in there. So that's what I'm using for this piece. So finish the page that I've started. So that shouldn't be too hard. So I'm just popping this away because I'll have a lot to put away once I'm finished, which is fine. I was about to zip that up and I was like, no, don't do that. Okay, the next one is ink circles. Another year creeps by. I love this one. So this is stitched on wispy 18 count. It's by an unknown dyer. I think I may have purchased this fabric on Stash Unload. I started this in October 2023. I'm using all the cord fall threads, and I'm still where I was last time. Like I said, the sale's taken up so much of my time, and I still need to figure out where that mistake is. So I need to really sit down, and once I figure that out, then I can complete that. But I don't want to do anything else until I see where I've made the mistake. Now, I would like to do the top row in 2024. That's my plan. So the top row, and just using all the cord fall threads, and which is just, do I have, might be some CXC. Oh, what am I talking about? Disregard that. It's not DMC or CXC. It's all classic Colourworks. Silly? Yes, silly. Okay. We have peanut brittle. We have spinach. We have black coffee. Got 2 of those. I think 3. We have, sorry, let's flick that over. We have candied yarns. We have Queen Bee. I like that colour. Queen Bee. Mulled berries. There's quite a few colours, but they're all really, really nice colours. And sorry, I'm just trying to pull them apart. Tennessee red clay. So I did try to staple them up the top, but some of them didn't work. Tennessee red clay. We have rainy day. And 2 more. Roasted chestnut. Yeah, see, that one needs to be stapled as well. Roasted chestnut. I don't know why they have that little slot there, but I either have to tape it or sticky tape it. And 12 grains. Lovely colours. So it'll be good to finish that top row in 2024. Can't believe we're in 2024. All right, another kit that I haven't really given much love this year is a RIOLIS. I just call her Midnight Lady. Oh, this because it's in Russian and I can't read Russian, but I really like that. I use, or the recommended is 3 threads, and I actually think it's a great idea because the coverage on the black is great and it stands out. Now with this one here, I would like to complete the background, which is that one there, and maybe even a moon. We'll see how we go, but definitely that background just above her head. I'm using the 14 count Ada, which came with the kit, and all the anchor threads. I started this in May of 2023. So that's where I am. So the background is just above her head, and that's using 3 strands. I think that looks really, really good. So that came with the kit, and the threads are, they're all the threads. As you can see, the lighter colours which are underneath and for the moon, and then you've got all the darker colours for the background. Very nice. So let's try and work on this as well. I'll give it a bit of love. It's just one that's just been sitting. It hasn't really been calling me. I think I've just been distracted on other kits, other, you know, designs. I'm sure you can understand. Now, This is an oven kit called Endless Summer, and I love this kit. I plan to finish that top flower. That's the goal next year. It's very slow going, as you can understand. There's a lot of colour changes in there, but it looks great. It's a 16 count kit fabric, and that's where I am. So I'd like to finish all of this flower here. And there is some back stitching as well to do. And it's just housed in another bag that I made. I made this for it because I just love the fabric. And I'll just pull out the threads. They are a bit of a jumble, so excuse the jumble. So these are the purples. And this is a real mess. But it's okay, because when you start stitching, you just kind of finger them apart. They're lovely colours. So let's try and get that flower finished on this one here. And I think that should work really well. So that is it for my stitch when I want with plans for 2024. I have one more pile left, and these are my new starts, but there is one more start which I will show you in my next floss tube, and I'm excited about that one too. So, new start in 2024. Now the first one is Turkish Delight. I've been waiting to start this for a really, really long time. Narelle from Simply Narelle, who makes the bags, is also starting this. I think she's starting about, correct me if I'm wrong, Narelle, I can't remember, it was 15, 20 WIPs in December. So I said to her, when you pull it out, I'll have it ready and I'll start it with you. I have the fabric. I don't have all the threads, so I've had to order the threads from 123 Stitch, only because it was easier. And it's in this beautiful bag. And, you know, I wish I would sew some label on it. It's from Etsy. You can find it from Etsy. It's an Australian maker. Wow, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? This is an 18 count. An 18 count. This is called Don't Forget the Cranberries by River Hut Design on Etsy. Let's open it up. I think it'll look great on this. Once again, because I saw the design, it's like, I want it just like the design, and that's exactly what I'll get. And it uses a whole lot of Weeks Dye Works. Now, I've pulled out what I have so far from my stash, but I've had to order a lot more. A lot of them I need 2 of, 3 of, because of the amount of stitching that I'll be doing with them. So that's what I have at the moment. When I do receive the rest of the threads, I'll show you them all. So excited to start this. Don't know how much I'll do, but I am just going to I'll start at the top and just work my way down. I love the colours on that background. That's beautiful. So that'll be one of my new starts. My next new start, now this is called, sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Let me just flip it over, because it doesn't have the name on it, so I've had to write it down. This is by Anna Smith. Now, from what I understand, she's a Russian designer. I'm not too sure, but Laura might be able to correct me with that. It's called Mouse Peas with Bumblebees, and that's what it looks like. Laura from I Stitch Birds was so kind, and she purchased 2 patterns for me. I mean, I'm just ever grateful, you know, of her kindness. Absolutely beautiful. So this is one of them, and I've decided to start this one. Now ignore that yellow because my print cartridge is almost finished, so that yellow won't be there, so minus that. And let me tell you, there's a lot of threads for this one, and I'm just using an 18 count. It's just that natural, so I've cut it to size. I've just got to edge it, so I've cut that up, so I'm using that. I actually have most of the threads, a lot of colours, so that's ready to go. So I will start that in 2024. Don't know how much I'll get done. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be a start. The next one, I've had this kitted for a really long time and I still haven't started her because it's like, oh, I should really finish Fairy Flora, but Fairy Flora is quite big and it's going to take quite a long time to finish. So this one here, Mirabilia, the Snow Maiden. I have all the called for threads, and the fabric I've chosen is Picture This Plus 14 count Haunted. Now I've realised that I haven't actually measured this. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. I hope so. But I kind of wanted the blues and the greens and that to stand out, and I wanted to try a darker fabric. I know it's called Haunted, but it's just a nice, you know, you've got your dark blues, you've got a kind of a medium blue there, and that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking she should really pop on that. I have everything called for, so everything's ready to go. I have all the called for DMC, which is quite a lot. Okay, where do we start? I've got that's my little thing there. So I have all the DMC ready for that to go. I have purchased the bead pack. So ready to go, ready to start. So we'll start that in 2024. I will do a centre start. I always do a centre start with the Mirabilias because I want it centred on the fabric. That's important. Before I start, I will measure this. I'm thinking it might be okay. It's a 14 count, so I need to calculate it on a 14 count because I had another fabric for it and I've just changed my mind. I decided to go a bit darker. Another new start. I've been thinking about this for a very long time. It's one of my kits. It's Twilight Reflections by MIRABILIA. I just love that. Oh, there we go. Isn't it beautiful? I just love the mood in that, and well, the artist has just done an amazing job, I have to say. It's beautiful. So this is stitched on, I'm trying to see, it is an Ada. It looks like an 18 count Ada, but it doesn't actually say here. You can probably just see that there. It looks 18 to me. And all the pre-sorted threads, lovely colours. That's going to be beautiful. So I would like to start that. I'll do a corner start with that. I'll just measure the fabric and just work out where the corner starts. Excited about that. That's beautiful. Well, that's everything I have to show for my WIP/plans. If you've made it this far, I'm really grateful. Thank you for watching. And once again, if you do like my content, please subscribe and please give me a thumbs up. that'd be wonderful. So my next regular floss tube will be in December, around the 15th. I haven't actually checked the calendar. Around the 15th, I will do it, just a regular floss tube. I will just show you what I've been stitching on and where I'm up to. And yeah, I've got some acquisitions, of course. Hopefully by then I will have this other New Start by Mojo Stitches. Wow, I just saw a floss tube, and when I saw this new pattern that she had, and she had the silk floss, yes, I was naughty. I purchased a silk floss. Looking forward to doing that. I've also purchased the fabric from 123 Stitch, so hopefully that would have arrived by then. So we're heading off next week in our caravan. So looking forward to it. It's exciting. It's a beautiful day today. It's lovely and warm here. So to all the floss tubers out there, I want to say thank you. Take care.